guys ready to try this out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to be completely transparent. I have nothing prepared. This is going to be fun.
Sweet.
This is how I normally do my one shot. So,
Oh boy.
okay. So, today's adventure. Do you guys want to do simple intros real quick? Is that something we want to do?
Sure.
Screw it. Why not? Okay, so this is definitely off what we normally do, and we're all at home, so bear with us with the crappy quality everything, as this is tester number 1. But I want everyone to go down the list, starting with Czar, and just to give a quick rundown of your character, who you're playing today.
Quick rundown. I'm playing Czar Killfrost. He is an Azamar. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think I had Fard all over there help me with that, with the diction of that. So he's a monk, and yeah, it should be fun. First time playing a monk, so it should be interesting to say the least.
Anything notable about Czar? Is he strange? Is he just a normal monk? Is he? Give me something.
Give you something. What do I have to give you here? Let's go with strange. He's estranged.
Is when you look at him, does he look like a friend? Is he a little bit different than others? Like, are you sitting off in the corner, or are you all about the party? Let me ask that.
Oh, I am all about the party. Turn it up.
Okay. Czar the monk. Gotcha. Fardal, what do you got?
Fardal Ungart. I'm a mountain dwarf who stumbled across an eldritch horror while spelunking in some caves in the mountain, and had to swear fealty to said horror in order to not be dead. So now it's a warlock.
So you're a warlock. What's the name of your patron?
Oh wow.
Death Incarnate? Jimmy?
Jimmy. Oh, I'm really in love with Jimmy.
Okay.
It's Steve, is what it is.
No, I love the idea of, like, you stumble across a mass of black, slimy tentacles and eyes. It's like, what are you?
My name
You
is
may
Jimmy.
call me Jimmy.
Oh, is that all?
Like, oh, all right.
Oh, all right. Joe, what you got?
So, my name's Joe. I'm also an Aasimar cleric of Pelor. And the notable thing about me is that I am 12 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
12 years old. This is my favorite character to play ever.
It is you built it for the bane of my existence. So this is... I want to note that my notes say Joe equals ass cleric, 12 years old. Just so you know. All right. Anything special about Joe?
So her dad, his name is Wingard, and he's a war cleric. And he's been spending a lot of his time up in northern Faerun, not really converting people, but just like fighting the good fight of Pelor, as there have been like a lot of battles going on there of just people being like under siege by monsters. And so I worry about him a lot, but hopefully I'm going back to him soon.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask the question. Why did the party of grown people allow a 12-year-old to come with? What makes you so good?
Me? Oh, I'm just like the best cleric ever because all I do is heal people.
Did you guys not have
Every
any other
party
options?
needs a healer.
Is that what happened?
I am
You were
a
like
fountain of healing energy. That's it. And a fountain of positivity.
you guys went to the job board and there were 0 clerics, and like Joe's up there being like, I just wrote my name in. They're like, damn it, we're on a time schedule.
Yeah.
People are like, don't work with her, and we're like, we don't have another choice. You're trying to ask like a fighter, be like, just bring like 10 potions, we'll pay. Just be our healer. Cool. All right, Joe. Cletus.
I am playing Cornelius Cornwall. My friends call me Cletus. I'm a Hilldorf. Down south, if you know what I mean. I'm just a good old boy. I like to invent things and kill stuff. I don't know how to use a bow and arrow very good, so I tend to use a crossbow, but I am, in fact, a ranger.
Okay.
Ooh.
The down south country blumpkin ranger.
Dwarf.
I like how he said down south, if you know what I mean. Like, that's not an innuendo in any other context.
I feel like
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of questions for Cletus upon this journey.
everyone just kind of goes,
Oh, Cletus is a good old man. He tell you all by himself, man. He don't care. He's an open book, Cletus is.
We'll see.
okay. All right. And I'm your DM. And so I think we're ready to get going. Let me explain a little bit of the situation of why you guys are here, and then this is the only screen that you guys, unless you do something really wild and sadistic, this is where it starts. Today's adventure is you are in a giant 30-foot by, I believe it's 60 or 70 feet car. It's armored, and it has 18 wheels. You are being moved by 9 horses. This is essentially the equivalent of a train car, but for good old Faerun. This is an armored transport where you guys have celestial horses, which are triple the speed. So you guys are actually booking at around 80 miles an hour. Your wheels are made of metal. You guys are just booking it. Well, you're booking it from Waterdeep to Neverwinter, doing a transportation of goods and services from some of the lords of Waterdeep. And one lord has procured you specifically. Normally, this would just have some soldiers on the outside, which there is, but one lord has procured you specifically to protect the chest that is in the center. Now, this chest is actually pretty large. It's about an 8 feet by 8 feet large iron box, and when you guys are around it, there's a strange feeling whenever you get closer and closer to the box itself. But you guys are, your goal so far, what's happened up to this point, is that you've been given a large sum of money to, 1, not ask any questions, 2, to protect this at all costs, no matter what you have to do, and 3, make sure it's delivered to the bank in Neverwinter. You've been on the travel for about 6 hours. The travel that they have specifically for this trek back and forth, they've made a pathway between the two to help expedite. It goes and tunnels through a bunch of the mountains. But mind you, at 80 miles an hour, it's still going to take you about 3 days to get there, but you're at least traveling pretty fast. Inside the car, it smells. There's not much as far as like windows go, and you're not allowed out once you're in. The boxes at the back, I don't know if you can you see my cursor?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
And I can't ping. Give me a quick second here. There's a way to ping. I have to figure it out real fast again. Draw shape, index, polygon line, clear drawings, map and background, select pan view. Nope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the only thing I know how to do, which is freehand. So this right here, that's a door, and that's a door. Now, these are locked from the outside, mind you, which is strange. There is giant metal chains on the inside and triple locks on the inside. They were locked from the outside, but also on the inside. One of you four, whoever wants the key, was given the key for this trip. Who wants the key?
I'll take it.
You know what? Let's
Please.
let's roll a d4, and then Czar 1, Far 2, Joe 3, Cletus 4. 1d4. 4, Cletus.
Yeah.
Please got him. Okay. The dumb hill dwarf. Oh, even Czar got a 4. Okay, so what these are these all along the edges. The 8, they are small slats about 6 inches tall, and it's just metal, small 1-inch openings that allow you to see out. They're at the 6-foot high mark, and so they're just kind of an ability to see out. If you want fresh air, that's the only fresh air you're getting. They have a bucket in the corner for you to relieve yourself, and there is just goods and services strapped along the edges. As you can see, there's barrels and there's flour and boxes and things of that nature, and then the giant chest in the center. The couple things to just notate about the box. This is actually a perfect box for it. See how there's 4 bands over the center? The box is actually black. It's square, not rounded, and it is chained down to the floor. The 4 straps are actual giant chains that have been bolted to the floor so that maybe something can't get out or get in. It's super secure. You do not have the key to undo these chains. So, you guys have been traveling along, and all of a sudden, you hear some yelling, and you hear from the guards outside. All of a sudden, there's some clashing, some yelling, some screaming, a bunch of clashing of swords, people screaming out, and they just say, "Keep going." There is a driver on the front of this, and he is in an armored portion through this door, so I'm just going to kind of draw this a little bit. Outside this door, can I not? There, okay, there it goes. Outside this door, there's a little box, and inside here is where the driver is, and through that slats go the reins out to the horses to guide them. You hear on the other side of the door this huge smashing, and then through the slats right in this doorway, blood just splurts through the slats. And you hear the horses running. Everything starts shifting a bit, and this is where things are kind of getting a little bit crazy. You don't know or see what's going on at this moment, but this is where we're going to start today's adventure. What would you guys like to do?
So, are we still moving?
Oh yeah, you are barreling faster. Actually, you would if you were going 80 before, you're going 100. The horses are kind of gone wild.
Horses gone wild.
So what would you guys like to do? There's big fighting. There's no more fighting outside as the horses have taken off, but there seems to be no one at the reins.
Well, I think we were told to stay inside, so we better stay inside. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think we should stay inside. I'm gonna be close to the box with my shield up.
Okay. As you guys are near the box, roll me a perception check, all 4 of you.
Oh, well, that was horrible.
7.
Okay.
I got a 3.
It's wow. The DC's 5. That's pathetic.
Okay. I beat a 5. Hang on.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Still not
Czar.
good.
Off to a great start.
Zara got a 1. Okay. Wow. I'll give you this bit. Okay. Who got
Help us out, Daddy.
Who got above a 5? Joe, you got above a 5, right?
Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. Wow.
I got an
That's the
11.
highest? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's the highest roll.
Yeah.
All right. With an 11, the box that was in the center of the room, it shakes. It goes, poof, 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 and then stops, and you hear something like pounding on the inside. With an 11, you smell something coming from inside the box. It's not. You are not worried about it being like a noxious gas, or like you don't put your hand over your mouth to say like, "Oh no, there's poison." With an 11, you know that it's some kind of. It's just a smell.
There's something in there.
I'm gonna back away from the box a little bit.
Do you let them know?
Nope. Just
Okay.
gonna back up.
While you guys are just fumbling around and just kind of chilling by the box, through the slats on the north side, at this side right here, where I'm making little marks, you see a ooze ish substance coming through the slats. Starts pouring in and pouring in and pouring in, and all of a sudden, there is a blob in front of you in the corner on top of the boxes. Roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Okie dokie.
18.
Okay, so we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it with the thing. So give me a second here. Put your turn order in. Type it in on the number next to you. And the baddie is gonna roll a d20. So I need to say /roll d20. Wow, a 2. That's insane. Does everybody know how to do that? They're typing in their numbers. Alex, you got a 3?
I got a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, 5. Cletus, you still got a 10, or are you still rolling?
Oh no, I already rolled.
Yeah, pop
Oh,
in
well,
your number.
why did it change back to a 10?
Well,
I got an 18. Do I type an 18 in the window?
yeah.
That's what I did.
I don't think
it
you
keeps
did
changing back to 10.
Okay, I typed it in for you. All right. It needs to descend. There we go. Okay, Cletus, you're up first. There is this mound of black substance over the boxes. I'm going to put him in the corner. Whoops. How do I clear the drawing that I just made? I have no idea, so I'm not going to mess with that because I'm not good enough yet. Oh, I can, like, delete it like that. Nice. All right, give me a second. Let me delete all these little markings. Oh, my goodness. This is crazy. All right, where this creature is on top of these boxes, I can try to find this better. Let me type in ooze. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't want to know what that looks like.
It's a butthole.
A whispering eye.
It is. Let me add it real fast here.
What, the butthole?
Yeah, I'm gonna add the butthole. Add the turn. Remove the baddie, and the butthole got a 1. Okay.
All right.
The butthole is right here on the boxes, and the butthole just kind of goes. Cletus, what do you want to do?
I feel threatened when shit's around me, so I think I'm going to shoot it with my large crossbow.
Okay, it is literally just a mound of ooze. It's not making any moves. It's just.
Oh, it's just chilling?
It's like 4 inches deep on top of all the goods.
Hey, guys, somebody shit in this box over here, and I'm not for sure if it's shit or not. Can I do an insight check on this?
Absolutely. If you want to give me an investigation check, that would be more apt.
Investigation.
Somebody's pooping on.
I'm actually a pretty smart feller, some would say.
Oh,
Some.
no one ever.
Not all.
Did you just roll?
I did just roll.
16.
I rolled an investigation like you told me
to. And make sure you don't move your characters until it's your turn, because then I don't know where you guys are at. You're good.
So that would be a 22.
Okay, 22. Yeah, so you've seen this substance before in your past travels, and this is you immediately, a fear washes over you as you are in an enclosed space, and this is the one and only black pudding. This is something that you have fought before. A tidbit about the black pudding that I'll give you with that high of a roll is that it's got these immunities to certain abilities, and it's this lumbering ooze that wraps around you and constricts you. The one thing that you do remember is that it does not like fire at all. And that's up to you how you want to disseminate that to the group. But
Here. I don't know if I have any fire stuff.
All right, Cletus, that's your turn unless you're going to move.
I'd like to go ahead and just shoot it.
Oh, you can't,
with my heavy. I can't shoot it.
Your investigation was your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Can I still move?
Yep, you got to move. So you do your movements while we're going to Czar. Czar, you're up.
I'm going to move back
You
here.
got this pudding in the corner. You don't know anything about it because he didn't tell you anything.
I thought I did. I yelled, "Hey, gosh, we got some poo over here in the corner."
We got some poo over here. Just so you guys are aware, free action for talking. We're just gonna keep like the table talk kind of out. We're just if you want to say something in character to the other characters, just say it.
Right. Hey guys, there's something bad over here in this corner, and I know what it is, and it's called dark pudding.
Okay, of all the things I gave you, you just tell them the name. There you go. Czar, it's your turn.
Yeah, Cletus, can you tell me a little bit more about this dark pudding? Sounds to me like black pudding, but can you be more Pacific, as you would say?
Oh man, it's a gelatin type substance, and it does not like fire. So if any of y'all can got some fire, shoot it at it. That'd be great.
Okay.
So it's like Jell-O?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Cletus. I would like to use my movement to get as far away from this thing as possible.
Okay. Do that, and then are you taking any actions or no?
Absolutely not.
All right,
I'm not
Joe.
going to use an unarmed strike on that thing.
Okay, Joe, it's you. Go ahead and move your character wherever you need to go, Czar, for your distance. I'm going to let you guys manage your movement. I don't really care to know where they're going. I'll just watch it. Just count it out. Every square is 5. Joe.
So I would like to sacred flame it, please.
Okay, absolutely. It needs to make a...
Dexterity saving throw. DC of 16.
It fails, as it has not taken its form, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, 2d8. Ooh, that's nice. That's gonna be 10 damage.
I'm going to be so mad if all my dice is gone.
But even though it says it's sacred flame, it is radiant damage, not fire.
Great, thank you for the...
closest thing I have.
Yeah, so the flame, it comes above it and comes down really quick to the bottom of it, and you see this light kind of shine into it, and you hear this nasty, like, gurgling as it kind of like spits and sputters as if it was boiling. It does take the extra damage as... how much damage total did you do?
10.
10. Yeah, it took double damage as the radiant just shreks through... Shreks? Yeah, shreks. We're just going to use shreks. Shreks through the black pudding. It shrieks behind a box completely, and you can't see it anymore. Okay, Joe, move wherever you want to go. Alex, you're next.
Yeah, I would like to stay by the box.
Oh, Alex in the turn order. Why did it change Alex? All right, Fardle, go.
Okay. You said we can't see this thing
can't see
anymore?
It's technically behind. It's not in view. It's kind of it's slushied its way behind a box. Come on.
Come on, do this.
All right, while you're going to do your turn, it's going to take its turn as well. we're going to kind of steamroll this because we really only have a couple hours. So we're going to take simultaneous turns.
Okay.
So tell me what you're doing, and then I will let you know what it's doing.
I'm gonna cast Thunderclap with apologies to my party.
Roll it.
I hate you.
Alrighty. No, actually, I don't have to roll it. Everybody else does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have to know what we're rolling.
That's DC 16 Constitution check.
Oh, thank God.
So we all roll d20s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a quick second.
Is it a Constitution check or saving throw?
Saving throw.
Well, that shit.
Yeah, sorry. It's a saving throw.
I got a 14. Oh, Constitution? Hold on, I gotta add my Constitution.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Oh, I'm good. I got it.
Good. Czar.
Huh.
Oh,
That's got me super worried.
Alrighty.
I don't have any dice.
So
Okay, so
whole party saves.
whole party saves. Good. The creature fails as it has only a +1 con. I'm not even going to roll it. I mean, I can if you really want me to, but what's going to happen is going to be kind of cool.
Okay.
Roll 1d20. 9. There we go. Let's say it fails. So how much damage does everybody take?
They don't take any damage.
Well, how much would they if they failed?
If they failed, they'd take 2d6.
So roll that damage.
7.
Okay, so
Did we not take half on a fail on a savior?
Nope.
not on this one. But what happens is it has this amorphous ability to be able to get through small cracks, kind of like when the octopus can go through tiny cracks, as this is just a pudding. And it also has spider climb, so as you were preparing your spell, it like slinked its way up the wall and then jumped off and was basically, it made itself a really wide surface space, and it's coming down upon you, and you go clap, and then but imagine doing a loud thunderous tone inside a metal box. It takes triple damage, but all of you take double damage and are now deafened as thunderclap. You're in a giant metal box, and he just shot a cannon off in a box. So everyone's going to take 14 damage, and you can't hear anything now for 2 full turns.
Spell specifies that the caster is immune, so am I good or...
Absolutely not. That for this one, you are not. You absolutely fucked up.
I can't hear nothing, guys. This is my
This feels
everybody
fudgy.
just has 2 whole rounds. You guys will not be able to hear anything.
Sweet.
Which also means if you have any somatic pieces, you're not going to be able to cast the somatic spell. That's what it refers down to. Wow, that's pretty awesome though. Okay, so it while you did the clap, the force of it shrinks back in the corner as it kind of yelps, and it was coming at you. That was its turn, its movement, so it's back in the corner. Going back up to Cletus, it's your turn.
So I cannot currently see it. That is correct.
That's correct.
Right?
You cannot see it.
Even if I move over to the corner here, I wouldn't be able to.
It is keeping itself out of sight. Yeah. In a very small form. Every time you've done damage to it, it's either burnt away or pieces of it spattered. So if it's a 10-foot cube, now it's a 5-foot cube. As it takes damage, it does reduce its size. So it's pretty small now.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, I can't shoot it. You're gonna give me a whole lot of options here, are you, DM?
Well, it's a problem that not every time you can just shoot an arrow at.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I'm gonna move. You said each space is 5.
Yep. Where are you at?
I'm right here. I'm the purple
yeah.
guy. I'm gonna move right here and just chill because there's not a lot I can do apparently. So
as you move, you hear a voice in your head that says, "Please help me."
What was that?
It just whispers directly into your head.
Mama Lucille.
And then, all right, as you hear the "please help me," right as it ends, the box shakes again, and then it stops. If that's your turn, Cletus, then it's Czar. You're sitting in the corner, Czar. I don't know if your microphone's busted or what. We can't hear you, Czar.
So I have a flute,
Okay.
and since I love to get the party started, I would I would like to sit in the corner where I'm at and start playing my flute.
Okay. You break out that flute with a bit of a not trembling hand, and you're like, I don't know what else I can do. And you just start playing a tune.
As I start playing it, I'm like, I can't find G sharp. I can't hear.
And it sounds atrocious, but nobody else knows. They just kind of look over, and all of a sudden you're just kind of like dancing and playing a flute, and they're just like,
Screw you, Fardle.
What? Everybody's just.
What'd you say about my mama?
All right, you're playing a flute. Joe, you're up.
So I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
And my healing word is going to be Fardle. Why did you do that? That was a bad idea.
Can't
and I'm
hear
going to heal.
No one can hear that. Everyone's got the
Yeah. And
You can give them the
I'm
finger.
gonna heal everyone. Yeah.
Okay. You roll that and move where you need to. We're going to go to Alex. Bartle.
Okay. Yeah, Fartle's gonna go just start working his way towards the back of the car to pout because he feels that his party is ungrateful for him doing his best effort.
That was your best effort? I'm scared to see what your worst is.
Can't hear you!
Everybody gets 8 HP. That was from Joe, just so you mark that on your boards. All right.
Thanks, Joe.
That was Alex. Now the butthole. The butthole is going to go up the side and is going to latch on to the first person it sees, which is going to jump over to Cletus. And Cletus, it is going to try to attack you with a melee. It is going to roll. Can I just do this a lot quicker? Is there a way to do?
Yeah, just do it with the ruler.
There we go. 1d20. There we go.
Yeah. That. Oh, okay. No, that misses.
Hold on. It's not the total. It's a 14 total.
Yeah, that misses.
It misses. Okay, and it swipes once against you, and then it uses an ability to try to grapple your feet as it has a second attack, and so it's going to make a strength check, which a +3. So I'm going to roll another d20 and +3 for a total of 20. So make a contest strength check for me, please. Not a strength saving throw, just a strength check as it's trying to grapple your feet.
A 17,
Nice.
which is lower than yours.
It is a little bit lower. So it does. It's able to wrap its body around your feet, kind of keep like sticky feet, and now you just can't move, and you're like, "What the hell?" But you feel your toesies starting to sizzle a little bit as you take.
It's hard.
You take 4 acid damage.
Oh man.
As the corrosive starts to eat away at your toes. Okay, that's its turn. Back to Cletus.
All right. Well, I would like to take a hand axe and chop away at this thing without cutting my feet off.
Okay. Chop away.
So my hand axe is 1d6. So hold on, let me set up this roller here. And then it is plus 6. Oh, I got to roll d20 first. Sorry.
Yep. We'll keep the 17.
17,
hits, and it does.
and then
10
does that hit?
slashing. It does hit.
Oh, okay. And then 10 slashing.
It does hit. It's got a low armor class, and 10 slashing. Unfortunately, as you slash at it, your axe does just pass through it like a butter knife into butter, like whoop, and then it just kind of sits there and is like, "What's up, bro?" It's immune to slashing damage.
Oh man!
As you feel your axe did absolute jack shit. Next up is Czar, unless you're gonna move, Cletus.
Oh, can I move?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to try to keep you there, and you're gonna take some possible damage if you.
No, I'm just gonna stay put.
Oh, what am I saying? You're grappled. No, you
I'm
can't.
grappled. Yeah, I can't move. That's what I thought.
My bad. Okay,
chill.
Czar, your turn.
I'm going to try to move towards it.
Okay.
So
Move it.
I'll do my regular 30 and then jump from there.
Yeah, you make it there. That's fine. Just put yourself in.
Okay. I
But
make
it
it
is
there.
currently wrapped around its feet. Just so you're aware.
Say that again.
Yeah, it is wrapped around its feet as if he is standing in 2 puddles that have suctioned around his ankles to the floor.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
So just a real quick question. So one of the, I guess, spells that I have without expelling a spell slot is light. So is light fire, or is it like a radiant light? Or?
No, it's just light. It just makes it brighter. That's all.
Okay. I would like to attack it
Okay.
with unarmed strike.
Roll to attack. Where exactly are you attacking? Because it's
Right in the center of its butthole, really.
okay. It's an ooze that is wrapped around his feet.
Don't hit me,
You're
guys.
going to be punching into his cankles trying to hit this ooze. It's not like a large amount of ooze. Think of it like this much ooze, like my head's amount of ooze around his boot on both boots.
Okay, so as far as an attack, I would like to use my short sword.
Okay.
To try to cut whatever ooze is grappled onto him.
Well, you would know, your character would know, since you just saw him try for slashing with your sword, that it's going to be ineffective. With your monk's ability, you would know that these bad boys are going to be the best bet you've got. Just short sword's not going to do anything to it. You're not going to be able to cut it off just because it's ineffective as you're slicing through.
Okay, so unarmed attack to try to get him ungrappled.
Okay, yeah, you're just going to beat the shit out of it. Absolutely.
He's gonna punch the butthole.
But punch the butt. You're gonna fist it. Okay, for the first one, it's a miss. I'm guessing that was your main hand because you got two attacks and then you had.
That was an accident.
Oh.
I tried to disable it and it rolled for some reason.
Okay. You roll that up. While you're rolling and doing your turn, Joe, you're on deck. Go ahead and tell me what you're doing while he's rolling these.
I would like the Sacred Flame, but closer to the ground as to try to avert damage away from Cletus.
Absolutely. So roll for that, and then we're going back to Czar. You're punching.
So 15 is the total.
15 total on the first. You hit.
Okay.
So do this for me. You're gonna use all 3 punches before we start rolling damage.
I was gonna use. So I have 2 attacks.
Yep.
And I was gonna use Fury of Blows on top of that.
Okay. Roll all 3 of your d20s for that then, and take your key point. So why I'm asking is, depending on how many times you beat, I'm gonna give you a couple options.
So it'd be 3 rolls of a d20 plus whatever it is to hit?
Yes. It might work. So it's +7. The 4 and 7... okay, so all of them hit. All 4 attacks hit. This is the choice that you get to make. Sorry. You were just like, pudding, I don't like pudding. Boom, 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 boom. 4, and this flurry of blows is going to town. You have 2 options. You can do half damage to the pudding, and half that damage that you roll will also go to Cletus, because you're punching his cankle, essentially. There is not much between the two. Or you can give it a quarter damage, but you're going to take damage from it as it gets an attack, as you're just spraying the corrosiveness all over the place. You're not going to be able to just do full damage on just it, because you're basically punching the crap out of Cletus.
Well, if I'm punching the crap out of Cletus, then I guess he's going to have to take the damage.
Okay, so roll your damage, and then Cletus is going to take half, and then it's going to take half. But the good thing is, it is not have immunity to bludgeoning. It takes double damage to bludgeoning, so you're going to do some damage. Don't worry. But Cletus is not going to take double damage of that. While he is just beating the poop out of the cankle, Joe, are you still letting off a flare? Letting off a sacred flame?
Well, if he kills it, then I'm not going to. But if he doesn't,
we're doing them at the same time. We're trying something strange. You're just going to see him going up, and he is mid punch. What are you doing?
So as my action, I'll Sacred Flame, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to Healing Word Cletus.
Okay, Sacred Flame. Roll for. Oh, sorry, it's a Dexterity saving throw for it. Cletus, roll a Dexterity saving throw, please. Man, you guys are going to kill.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay, this is going to be fun. Rolling a d20. Okay, it gets 11, so it fails, correct? Okay, so it fails, and so this is how we're going to flavor it. Czar is punching the poop out of one of the puddles, right? And your left foot's still stuck, but you're able to, bloop, and take your right foot out because he's punching, and all of a sudden, right as your right foot gets out, this flame from the heavens, from the top of the cart, just goes, woof, right down, sizzles your toe. You don't have socks or shoes on anymore on the right because your foot came out of your boot. The boot's still down there. The flame consumes the boot, and it consumes all of the puddle as that flame does double damage. And did you roll damage on it, Joe?
Yeah, it was 6 damage.
6, so it takes 12 damage, and that whole puddle that your right foot was in just disintegrates immediately. So now there's only one puddle left. Czar, how much damage do you do total?
19.
19. So it took 38 damage. Okay. So Cletus, you take 9 damage from the beatings, as it took the 9 damage in order for the boot to come loose, and then you were able to dodge the sacred flame as your teammates are trying to just destroy you. You're able to punch the crap out of it, and right as this boot comes out, you take one of your flurry of blows and you clock that left boot, and you're just so precise with it, it just splatters against the wall. It is dead. It is dead. Good job, guys. And you guys are like, wow, that was crazy.
Are we not deaf anymore? I hope.
You are not deaf anymore. 100%.
Right.
It fades.
Swear to God, I catch any sass, I'm going to do it again. I don't want to hear a word about it. I will do it again.
Your hands are like together.
Yeah, I'm
Say
like
something.
waiting. Like, all right.
And then Cletus, don't forget to get your 8 hit points from
Yeah.
the healing word.
Oh yeah, shake it. Shake it.
So you guys are just starting to like, take a breather, and then the whole chest again goes, goof, 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 and then you hear clawing from inside of it, and then all 4 of you hear inside your head, I did nothing to you. Let me out. What do you guys want to do? You have a moment.
I'm going to take my shield and just kind of like bat it, like, you would bat like a misbehaving cat, and just say, stop it.
To the box.
It's
To the box.
To the box. Yeah, you go boom, and you hear like scurrying. Where if you're at this corner of the box and you hit this side, it scurries to the opposite corner of the box. Whatever's in there.
So I would like to go over to it and try to play a lullaby with my flute.
Okay. You walk up, and now you guys can all hear the wonderful music that he's. I don't want. What kind of music are you playing? Is it like hip hop? Is it? Are you dropping sweet beats?
French R&B.
DM Daddy, it would be considered a jazz flute.
It is a jazz. You're just.
Flute.
That's a sax, but still, you're playing it up.
I found G sharp.
You hear inside the scuttling come closer to the sound. It's basically right next to where you're playing this music. Anybody else want to do anything at this current moment?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, go for it.
Can I roll investigation to see if there are any cracks or holes or
Yeah,
anything
absolutely.
in the side of this box? So I
You're
can
looking
hear?
for a 22.
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
I literally cannot beat that.
Yeah,
It's vacuum sealed.
Can I roll an investigation?
Roll a natural 20.
you can, but if you don't have a +2 investigation, you still wouldn't have gotten it. You can roll it.
My investigation's +4.
Oh, so yeah, go ahead, Cletus, and roll it. While you're
We're all surprised.
Bartle, what you're investigating this box, and even I'm going to act as if you did roll it. You're investigating, you're looking for things, and as you're moving along the box and like feeling, you hear this thing inside mimicking your motions. Wherever you put your hand, it's putting something equal, and it's moving along the box with you. And you work your way around the box, but you don't find a way of any kind of entrance or opening or locks for that matter. This box is it's not like a chest where it has a top hinge or anything. There's 0 hinges. It looks as if it has no edges. It's just a complete box.
Okay. One more thing, real quick. So I have telepathy, but that normally only applies to things I can see.
Yeah.
Since it has spoken to me,
yeah,
can I telepath back?
Try.
Okay. What are you?
Well, I've never really seen myself. I've always been in the darkness. What are you?
I'm a dwarf.
I've never seen a dwarf. Have you ever eaten dwarf before?
No?
I bet it's yummy.
All right. I'm going to step back from the box and inform the party that we should probably
why are you?
not.
No, come back.
Nope.
Back.
I'm not gonna say I told you so. I'm just gonna say that we were paid not to ask questions. I hit the box again and say, "Stop it!"
It doesn't respond to you as you aggressively hit the box, and you hear this entity like scuttle to the back of the box away from the hit.
Fartle, ask him if he likes my jazz flute.
Cletus, what was your investigation as well as doing Czar's
13.
request? Yeah, 13, you find the same thing. It's just a box with these massive chains over the top. You don't find any way of entering it. Czar, is Fartle, are you going to do Czar's request before we move on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
How you feel about this flute? I can make him stop if you want.
No, I like that. I've never heard music before.
All right.
How does he know it's music?
What? Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm kidding.
I've never heard of melodic tune
I've
like
never
this
heard of
before.
these sounds before. Can you eat it?
Nope. Can't eat a flute.
Well,
Don't think.
I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten in almost 2 decades.
Oh, Jesus.
Can
All right.
can you find me some flute or possibly dwarf? They sound very yummy.
Yeah, I'll get right to work on that, man. You just sit tight.
What? Why did you call me a man? What is that?
Just whatever. You sit tight.
How close to the box are you?
I'm gonna say I have now backed away about 10 feet.
Sure. One of the chains of the 4 chains shatters, but doesn't break. The chain actually shatters, and it is no more in existence.
One of the chains on the box or
On the
one
box
of the
that's
doors?
holding it down. Remember how there's 4 bands over the top? One of the chains just completely shatters like glass and then dissipates.
Oh, well, that's not good.
What was your name?
I'm Fartle.
Thank you,
What's
Fartle.
your name?
I've never been given a name before.
All right.
Fardo, can I ask you don't talk to the box no more? Because this
Yeah.
freaked me out.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on the box.
Okay, and as you guys are messing around with this, is there anything else you want to do? Just asking real quick. Is there any? Because I didn't want to skip over anybody.
Yeah, actually, there is one. Sorry.
Okay, what do you got?
I can cast Mage Armor at will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Sure. Yeah, you cast Mage Armor, and your nipples become really hard.
Yep.
It's just.
I have a question.
Shoot. Go for it.
So, as that chain or rope shattered, do we get any sort of, because we're seeing that happening, do we get any sort of inclination to maybe now can we see a crack or a slit in the box?
So what you saw was, remember how this chain comes over on either side, is bolted down to the floor? The
Yeah.
bolts, the hinges, the chain, all of that dissipated. You don't see an opening, but all of the existence of the chain and what was holding the chest down is gone. While you guys are fiddling around with this, you have been traveling this entire time. And through the light, as you're passing by trees, Zar, your video went bye-bye, just so you know. Maybe somebody text him real quick just to make sure he knows. So you're passing and the trees are going. You hear these horse hooves. You guys are still booking it, and it's not real stable. You guys are kind of getting jostled around. You're standing in this massive cart that's being pulled by 9 celestial horses. All of a sudden, while you're going past, it's black. The sound goes from chirping birds and everything to the hooves get louder. You're now inside of a tunnel. what you can imagine would be a like under a mountain. As you know, there's a few mountains between you and them, or you and your location. So you are now underneath a mountain, and you're booking it. The sound is really loud, and this giant thing all of a sudden attaches onto the back of the cart back here. Can I draw? Freehand. Back here.
Oh boy.
And what happens is it shakes both sides as something grabs onto each corner, and then the weight distribution of the back. So if this is the back, the whole cart starts to do this. It starts going against the ground a bit, and the horses up front kind of get lifted a bit as they're starting to slow down. But these celestial horses never stop running. So no matter what, they're going to constantly be running, and it slows down. And it doesn't slow to a stop, but it slows down to about 20, 30 mile an hour as this new weight is on the back. Everything shifts. I need everyone to make a dexterity save, please, at disadvantage, as this stuff is now all going to slide past you guys and get slammed in the back. So I'm just going to do it like this. So everything's a disadvantage on this because no matter what, this is a entire box of things, and it's not too much.
So I rolled a 10.
Okay. Anything that's not a 14 is going to fail. 8. Zar, did you hear? I didn't know if you caught what I said. Basically, a large entity. You are underneath a mountain. A large entity has grappled onto the back of. Oh, he's gone again. Okay. I'll explain it again. Fardal 8. Joe Cletus, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
10. We're gonna say Zar fails as well. You guys are going to take 2d6. Everybody takes 7 damage as these boxes of flour and everything start flying to the back, and you guys are tumbling back, and things are landing on you in these large boxes of all sorts of things. Everybody takes 7 damage as you guys are all now located in the back on top of things. I'm just going to kind of put you guys in places here as where you guys fell.
Were we all knocked prone?
You guys are, you're basically all kind of knocked prone and hard to get out. And as the entity that's on the back starts to climb along the top, it levels out, and so everything just kind of settles along this the backside. You guys have a chance to stand up at this point, and you guys can move where you need to move. But I'm just going to kind of put all the equipments in the back. So I'm going to move you guys just out here, put your characters where you want, just so it's easier that way. This entity is on top, and you know you're in a tunnel, but this entity starts coming up the sides, and where the slats are on the right and left side, where those little inch slats are, you see these tendrils, like vine-like tendrils start to like kind of use as like fingers inside of it, and then you feel it move up and across the top. You hear a very, it sounds like somebody's taking a piece of metal and slamming it against the metal on the outside, like a sword, but you hear a ting, ting from the top, ting, and in a very specific point, the top starts bowing. Beep, beep. And after about 15 times, you're going to see a metal-like substance come through, and then tendrils come around it and start to peel back the iron. During this, it's a decent amount of time to take. We're going to say around 20 seconds. So if there is I'll let you guys have an action. You want to ready something, you want to prepare yourself, you want to position yourself. However you want to do that, tell me each, going down the list. Zar, do you need any catch-up, or you feel good?
You're muted.
Well, I need ketchup.
Okay. A creature came onto the back of a large entity came on the back, made everything fall to the back. Everybody took 7 damage as everybody failed their saving throws. It moves along the top. It's now piercing through the top. It's got some tendrils, like vine tendrils, and it's peeling back the iron through the roof, and it's going to drop down from the front area. You have the chance of preparing something. What would you like to prepare?
Me specifically?
Yeah, everyone gets to do something. So
All right. I want to prepare. And do I have to specify a spell, or can I just say a spell?
specify a specific spell, please.
Okay. I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. All right. Next, Joe.
How tall is the wagon?
12 feet.
12 feet? Awesome. So I would like, if I have an action, I would like to cast Spirit Guardians at a 4th level
Okay.
and send them up to where
The hole is?
the thing, where I see the tentacles
Is
coming
it
in.
20 feet?
It's 15.
Okay, cool. I'll make a marker for that real quick. Cletus, what you got?
Cletus is going to move up towards the driver over here and pull out his heavy crossbow and kind of train it on the opening.
The opening? Okay.
Yeah.
Czar, do you have your thing? What you want to do?
I'm going to go up there with him.
Okay. I'm just going to put the monster where I possibly can. It's going to snap, but that's basically... Okay, you guys are right there. Are you behind the box still? Everybody placed correctly? All right, everyone's right there.
Yep.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll for initiative and put in your numbers so we can go ahead and get that out of the way. And as this monster, this beak-like substance is what was piercing through, and then the tendrils was peeling the iron back like it was just nothing, and it sticks its beak-like face in. And what you guys see is a top horn, a side horn, and a side horn. In the mouth, there is a beak like a squid beak, and around the beak is teeth in a circular fashion. And this beak comes to a very, very specific point, and then it opens the beak and lets out this nasty gnarl smell as you guys can just imagine this beast. These tendril-like vines make its way across the ceiling, and just places itself and then lunges in. And as it's lunging in, it rolls an initiative of 2. And everybody else put in their numbers. Fantastic. You guys are awesome.
Wait,
everybody gets their
back.
bonus round, so let's just go off the top of their bonus round.
Why is it?
Fardal was doing Eldritch Blast, so go ahead and do that. Everybody do their things, and then we're just going to down the list.
Hang on. I rolled a 15 on initiative. It's not letting me put it in.
You got to hit enter. So you got to type it in and hit enter.
I did. Okay. I did once. All right.
Okay. Czar, what was your round thing? You just moved? Or are you preparing like a hit?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my short sword.
Okay. You get a swing on it. So go ahead and swing. Fardal, do your blast, roll the damage, roll to attack, do all that.
Okay.
Joe, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw or wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn, though. Yeah. We'll just make it do it now. So just
it's when it first comes out, it's at the start of its turn.
Okay.
Okay,
it's going to do it right now. It rolls a 16 flat. Does it save or fail?
It saves.
Okay.
So it takes
half damage. Fardal, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hang on. I get 2. It's 2 beams.
Yep. Cletus, you shot as well, right?
Yep. I also get 2 attacks.
All right. Go ahead.
So I'm within initiative. I go before anybody, correct?
This is bonus round.
Do those both hit?
Yes, they both hit.
Okay. Cool.
Just give me total damage, Fardal. Joe, give me damage. Cletus, give me damage.
I roll 23 on the dice. They take half.
Czar?
It takes.
Yeah, so I was wondering if I cast light, would in hopes for blinding it, is that something that I can do?
I mean, you can cast light and see what happens.
That's my damage.
So is that going to be your extra turn as casting light?
I'd like to do that before I swing in hopes to get advantage from Daddy.
For your special round is going to be light or swinging. Everyone's getting to do one action. Casting light would be a...
I'll just attack then.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for attack and do that. Fardo, what was the total damage?
11.
Okay. And Joe, what was the damage?
It was 23. It takes half and it's radiant damage.
Okay. Great. Cletus, damage?
11.
Okay.
Am I rolling to hit?
Yes.
9 to hit?
I'll give that advantage since you were right there and you were prepared and you had plenty of time to aim with your sword. I'll give you an advantage. So roll it again. Give you a freebie. It seems silly to... Yep, you hit with... yes, barely. And that's everybody's damage. And then, Zara, it's going to be your turn. So have what you want to do ready after you tell me how much...
Oh, that's not my damage yet, right?
Right. So roll damage. Damage.
Oh boy.
6 damage, slashing. Nice. So this creature has effectively pulled itself through, and this is a decently large creature with all of its tendrils. Remember, its vine-like hands and feet spread across the roof inside and pulled itself in. It's large. Let me correct the size.
Would you say it's a colossus?
It is not colossus, but it is quite large. Its entire body is made up of these black vines, and it comes down to it's haunched over, kind of like a dog would, and it doesn't come to 1 foot. Multiple tendrils come out, so think of like a finger, but a bunch of tendrils. When I say tendrils, I mean vine-like features. And it's at the end of some of these tendrils, the vine like creeps around and comes to a point almost like a dew hook and almost looks like serrations, like pieces of metal, and it's kind of lumbering towards you. The face is, think of a T-Rex skull that's just bone, and the face is covered with these tendrils around, kind of like muscles around the bone, but you see a lot of the bone. And remember, there are 2 bone-like hooks coming from the sides, and then 1 from the top, and then the beak in the center with no eyes. This creature it makes a clicking noise, and it like looks at the whole party, and then it's going to take its turn when it takes the turn. First on the initiative, Zar. Alex, you're next. Get your stuff ready. Zar, what you got?
Can I see his eyes?
There are 0 eyes.
Oh, there are 0 eyes.
Yep, that's what you see.
Okay. I would like to put away my sword and use Unarmed Strike along with Fury of Blows.
Okay, roll all that craziness up. So you're going to roll 4d20s?
Yep.
All right, the armor class is 14, so roll them out, and then if you want to do the imposing stuff on top, when you get the flurry of blows and you hit with a flurry of blows, you can impose the prone, things of that nature. So what I want you to do is just roll all of it, give me the damage, because I know that's quite a bit of a process there. So if you can do that for me, that would be great. And then Alex, while he's doing all that, go ahead and give me what you got.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers right on its face, in front of its mouth.
It's a 5-foot circle?
5-foot cube.
5-foot cube. Okay, great. Cast it. What does it need to do?
Nothing. Takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time or when it starts its turn there.
Okay, so... And it lasts for 1 turn, or...
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, great. So it'll take 4d4 at the beginning of its next turn.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's 10d4 because I'm casting it as 5th level.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, so it doesn't take damage now, right? It only takes damage at the start of its turn. Is that what I heard?
I'm not sure how that works, actually.
Read it one more time.
When it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn.
We're gonna play it like this. You said it was 10d4?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to say that it works right now because that's badass.
Okay.
10d4, 29, as all of these, we're just talking thousands of baby little daggers, like little tiny daggers. It looks like flies, but they're little baby, just pelting all over, and it's the tendrils, and it's taking a lot of damage as the tendril kind of snaps off and starts just raking at the cloud, trying to get it away like you would like a ball of gnats, essentially, and it takes 29 damage. Damn. Okay. And then at the beginning of its turn, that's going to happen again.
Sweet.
Okay, Czar, did you come up with a number?
Yeah, so 10 damage, and then with open hand technique, I'm going to try to push it 15 feet away from us.
Okay.
The DC is, I believe, 14 on that.
Of what? What am I rolling? Is it a con save, dex save? Oh, it failed. It rolled a 4.
It's a strength.
It rolled a 4. So, yeah, you do 10 damage to it as you just punch your 1,000 of times that I swear monks do. And you do 10 damage to it, and it pushes it 10 feet.
Away from the cool cloud of daggers that I made.
Yeah, it's outside of the daggers and outside of the aura.
So it's 10 instead of 15? On the sheet it says 15.
Yeah, so it can only move 10 feet to the wall.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Which one are you? Czar. It can go here, then. That'll be as far as it can go. Okay, that was Czar, and that was Alex, and Cletus.
I'd like to just back on up a little bit more, like right here.
Move it. All right, cool.
And then I want to go ahead and shoot it with my heavy crossbow.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I get 2 shots. One is for 18, and the other one's for 24. Do those both hit, I'm guessing?
Yes, they both hit.
Okay, and then I roll a...
Joe, what are you going to do while he's doing his numbers?
I'm going to move right here so that my spirit guardians are still around him, and then I'm going to cast Guardian of Faith.
Is it? I thought the spirit guardians didn't move. I thought they were just around the spot that you put them.
They flit around me, I thought.
Read me real quick what it says.
You call for spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Also, they look like pink bunny rabbits.
Pink bunny rabbits. All right.
Okay.
So it is inside that.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Or what else?
And then I would like to cast Guardian of Faith after Cletus is done with his damage.
Okay. Cletus, what's your damage?
I rolled a 12 in damage total.
And Joe, at the start of your turn, the Spirit Guardians does damage, or is the start of its turn?
The start of its turn.
Okay. And you want to do Spirit Guardians? Or
Guardian of Faith.
And that gives the 2 AC, or?
Yeah, so it's going to go right in front of the box, because it's a range of 30 feet, so that's just within 30 feet. And it's just going to guard the box for me. Any hostile creature that moves within 10 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw, and the creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save.
Do you determine what it attacks?
It just is a creature that is hostile to me.
Okay. And how much damage is that, or what you have to do to
20
it?
20 on a failed save.
20 on a failed save. It radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay. You pop out a guardian. I'm just gonna put it right here. Oop. Right next to the box, you said?
Yes, and like in front of it on my side. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the guardian, and it's just, I'm guessing it's just like a giant angel holding a sword of gloriness and radiant sweetness.
Right, with a big sun shield with Palar symbol.
And so that light, as there's not a lot of light in this cart anyways, the light from just the guardian itself makes the creature kind of shrink from the light itself and stays kind of back in the corner as it just kind of moves away a bit. Is that your turn, Joe?
Yep.
Okay, so it is going to take what now, since it's in
It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
wisdom saving throw of a nat 1, so it super fails. It's not
Take
real
that.
smart.
Ooh, that's good damage. 15, 21 plus 8, 29 damage.
Nice.
Radiant damage.
Can't imagine
Okay.
this horrifying squid monster is particularly wise.
Right?
The bunnies are running like through him and around him.
Yeah,
and
it's that
they're
those little
random.
Hang on.
creatures are just destroying the crap out of it. Yes.
Beautiful.
Just a question. Did you reference vines at some point, or did you just say tentacles?
I said vines. I never
Okay.
said the word tentacles.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yep.
Cool.
Tendrils is the word I was using.
Okay.
Okay, it is now its turn. Dear God. There's so many things I have to do. Hold on. Okay. I need to read this real quick. Oh my lord. Okay. It is going to use its super awesome action. And it is going to move. Oops. It's going to move here. Actually, it needs to move here. Perfect. Tentacle Flurry. Anyone that is within 10 feet, it can make an entire turn to make a tentacle attack against all the creatures. That's for its first attack. So,
I have a question.
shoot.
It moved out of my melee. Can I get an opportunity attack?
Sure. Go for it. That's fine. It rolls a 19 to hit with its tentacle.
That hits.
Does it hit everybody?
Hits me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm not going to roll this. I'm just going to take the numbers. You are all grappled as tendrils swing out, grab around you, and start You know how what's his face? He takes a Loki. I can't. But the Hulk takes Loki and just smashes him on the ground.
Yeah.
This is what it's doing. It grabs you all by the feet, takes you all, and just starts boom, 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 boom repeatedly. 3 times against the ground, and that's the action. So you all take 21 bludgeoning damage.
It was 19 to hit, though, right?
Yep, you did damage to it. Go ahead. It is then with each of them that it hits, it's going to release the grapple and bring all of its tendrils in front of it to one tendril and creates one long javelin, essentially. And it's from in front of its face, and it's going to look at. It's going to look at. This has been hurt a lot. It's going to look at Czar, and it's going to make an attack against Czar. And it's going to roll. It's 1d20 with a 4, and it's only 7. With 11 to hit, Czar, does that hit you?
Nope.
Oh boy, you were. I'm pretty sure that would have killed you. It pierces, and you able to dodge out of the way really quick, and it pierces so hard and fast that it actually pierces through the iron behind you, and it is now stuck in the iron. I think that's all that it can do right now. Let me make sure. Oh, sorry. It makes attack, and it can't make the bite. It's going to make one more, because it gets 3 attacks. It's going to make one more back slap, and this one will be against Joe. With a 9, so a 16 to hit. Okay, it just kind of flails a back arm, and you're like, dodge out of the way. How much damage did you do with your opportunity attack?
So 16 to hit, and then I did 10 damage.
10. Nice. You did a lot of
3 of that was radiant, if that matters.
It does, and it took a little extra damage for radiant. So it is back in the cloud of daggers. So at the end of its turn, it does take its damage, right? As it moved back into the cloud, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
All right. It's
Yeah.
10d4 and
Yep.
26 damage. Jesus, you guys are just wailing on this thing. As you've been cutting against it and it's being charred and it does all these cool actions, it's the vines have been getting hacked and slashed. If this thing had blood, it would look bloodied.
Okay.
And so it as it's pulling at the end of its turn, as it's pulling its mouth out of the steel, and it does pull its mouth out of the steel, and the tendrils reform to its front legs, it just kind of like coughs, and this black ooze just kind of out of its belly, and it's essentially like this nasty tar-like substance that it throws up. Next up is Zar. What you got, buddy?
So I'd kind of like to flavor this for you.
Okay,
Oh.
do it.
So here's the intention. I want to, with Way of the Open Hand, it allows me to run on vertical surfaces.
Okay.
So I would like to run and jump in such a fashion where I try to land on top of what this thing is
Okay.
and hit it with all of my unarmed strikes on top of Fury of Blows, almost kind of like a jackhammer. And if it succeeds, I would like to kind of have it bounce off as I push it 15 feet, kind of like a pinball, just bouncing off these walls up.
Sure. I want to show you real quick what this thing looks like. I don't know if this will show up. Wait, that shows up on there, but it doesn't show up on here. Can I, like, copy and paste this over onto this? That would be cool if that worked. Nope. Okay, never mind. Yes. You can absolutely, without even a check of acrobatics, that's the whole point of Monk. You run up the wall that you're right next to, and you do this sweet backflip off the wall, and you land on the back of its neck. So you're riding it like you would a horse right now. What you will need to do is give me a dexterity saving throw. As you land on it, that tentacle that it has, piece of bone that it has on its head, it can swipe it back and try to swipe you off of it. So you'll just need to make that dexterity saving throw for me. But absolutely, roll to attack it. I will, out of your 4 attacks, I will give 2 of them at advantage because this is a pretty badass move.
Okay. I also have something for the evasion.
Yep. So you just take a immediate half damage, right?
Yeah, if I don't make the save.
If you don't make the save. So try to make the save.
1d20.
Yep. It will be, let me roll a d20. It's an 18. It's a 25 to hit. That's going to be a pretty big dex save. You're going to need to roll that. Well, I mean, dex is what he's all about anyway, so hey, there's a good chance. It's probably like a +8 at this point.
Very close.
Nice. Close, but the tendril does come back, so go ahead and roll your damage. Remember, 2 of your attacks are at advantage, and then the flurry of blows will not be. So go ahead and roll all that damage, and then we'll flavor that at the end here.
So do you want damage?
You already got the damage? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
I didn't know if I needed to roll to hit.
Absolutely. Even
Every
on its
time.
back, you still gotta, because it's trying to knock you off. It tried to hit you. It does hit you. You do take. How much does a melee do? You're gonna half it anyway. So after it's halved, you take 3 points of damage from the piece of bone that whipped around to the back. But go through all the damages and all that fun stuff, and then next up is Alex. What do you got, Alex?
I'm gonna hit this thing with blight.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Explain to me what blight does, real quick, because
You need to make a Constitution saving throw for this thing.
what's the flavor on that exactly? Because you now have a teammate that's on its back.
Necromantic energy washes over it. So
Okay. Con save. Fails the con save.
All right.
It's only a 9. It's con +5, but it rolled a 4.
If it's a plant, it automatically takes max damage. The only reason I say that is because you keep saying vine.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, yeah,
you
if
tell
it's,
me how much damage is max damage, and then I'll tell you whether or not it's actually a vine.
72.
Yeah, it's not actually a tree vine.
Okay.
This is necromantic, though. It does have not an immunity. It takes half damage to necromancy, as it is made from necromancy.
Okay.
So it will take half of that, which is total of 36. How much was it? You said 72, right?
So it's 98 if it's a plant. It takes max damage.
So it's not a plant.
So you want me to roll?
It will need to be rolled. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't realize how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it's born from necromancy, and it looks like vines. Vines is like the only way that I can truly explain it.
Okay.
Oh, do you know the tentacle creatures from the Matrix that float around that have all those?
Yeah.
Those tendril things is basically how this is operating.
Okay.
It's like moving and using his legs and craziness. Zar, did you have damage? Zarbar? Zar?
Yeah, 14 damage.
Jar Jar Binks? And 14 damage, and this is you just pummeling on the back of it, right? And the back of its head. You can tell that your 14 damage would be normally just 14 damage. You're hitting soft spots in the back of its head, and you're pummeling the shit out of it. It does take extra damage, and is that? Oh my goodness, you're so close. It's hurting. Each hit in the back of its head gets closer to the floor. Boom, 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 to the point that, you know how like an elephant puts its head down and you can like jump off? You're able at the very end, if you want, to jump off. Its head is basically on the floor.
Yeah, so can I jump off and then cast Wholeness of Body?
Is Wholeness of Body in action?
Yeah.
That was a breath weapon from Joe. Just.
Allergies are killing me.
So that ability, Zar, you'd have to do it next turn.
Okay. So, but he's still gonna get pushed 15 feet, correct?
You're on the top and the back of it. It's going to be pushed to the ground.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's why he took extra damage.
That's why he took extra damage. Yeah. So he's basically boom, boom. You're pummeling him into the ground, and he's basically like flat on the ground.
That's right.
And you jump off and just kind of spit on his corpse. So he took extra damage for that. Fardal, what was the damage?
37.
Jesus. Yeah, that's enough. So as you jump off of him and you cast Blight, what normally should take over and destroy plants, it actually works on these tentacle-like pieces, and from its feet it begins to turn to like a stonish crumble, and it actually starts to turn like a Medusa looked at it to a stone, and as it turns to stone, it just kind of fades away into like puffs of here's the best way I can describe it. The snap.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Turning into dust
cool.
From good old Marvel. That's what's happening from its feet, and it's slow as it's like it's stopped moving, and now it's just slowly just kind of dissipating. The bone head, however, does not dissipate and will sit there for the longevity, but all of those tentacles and everything else, it all dissipates. So now there's a husk of a head there, and all four of you hear a voice in your head and goes, "I was gonna eat that."
Great.
That was so lovely. Can I have more music? That was great.
Absolutely. Let me break out the jazz flute for you.
Do you break it out? Okay, yeah, you break it out, and as you start playing the flute, the second chain shatters. Thank you.
maybe stop playing the flute, probably.
No, let's keep going.
Sorry, stop with the flute.
As you guys are coming through, like I said, you guys are in a tunnel. As it dies, you break through the tunnel, and all of a sudden light shines in and shows what you guys were really fighting, and now there's just a shit ton of dust everywhere in this big boned head, and you see through the skylight now that is out to nothingness. And it's beautiful outside. The horses are still going crazy. They're just driving because they know where to go. And what would you guys like to do at this point? I know it's almost 11, so it's time factor. We have 15 more minutes. Is that okay? Or
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Joe?
Also,
you
I want
have
to
15, or do you
apologize
need
real quick. I've been playing my Rangers level 1 and not a level 10. So I should have been rolling 10d10 the entire time.
Holy
I've really
shit.
been messing that up real bad.
10d10.
That's
So
great.
I have
You
fixed that since then, so we're good. If we can fight
I call
anymore.
it cheats. I call it cheats. Joe, are you good for 15, or do you need to?
Yeah, I'm good for 15. I just wanted to say the Guardian of Faith, it does 20 radiant damage until
Oh,
it gets up
yeah.
to 60 radiant damage.
Yeah, I
Um,
totally forgot.
And then it
Thank you.
disappears.
Thank you.
And then Spirit Guardians stay around me for up to 10 minutes. It's a concentration.
Sure. So if you keep that concentration, that's fine. What you guys, I was totally forgot about this. Bad DM, bad DM. There was a lot of screaming inside your guys' head as soon as you cast that. A lot of psychic screaming in your head.
Cast what?
She cast Guardian of Faith
Oh,
next to the
oh,
box, and then you
Okay.
heard screaming.
Okay.
Hysterical, I'm dying screaming.
Well, if it wasn't hostile to us, then it wouldn't have taken damage.
So,
it
um,
wasn't a good thing.
So, that thing that's in the box took 60 radiant damage,
Oh,
And now my is gone.
which... I wasn't expecting
Guys,
that.
we're back in TV.
Let's say that for the time being, I'm not going to retcon the music. I'm going to say that after it took the damage, it asked for that. And so the chain still broke, and still there's 2 chains left. But Joe, you specifically, in your head, hear a, not a whisper, it's more or less a gruff voice. And it says, "If you do that again, you will be in the box." And then it goes back to the nice, "So, it seems like there's 2 people out there. Are all you dwarves?" And speaking to all 4 of you.
No.
I'm a dwarf.
two
Oh.
of us are.
Have you tried dwarf? I bet it's very yummy.
I don't. Cletus might have.
Now, just because I'm from the hills does not mean that I am a cannibal.
It 100% means that.
Do you
Yeah.
guys have any food out there? I'm really hungry.
Yeah, we do have some food. We have this head here. Looks pretty delicious.
Oh, I would love to eat that. If
Dinner and a show.
only two more of you would talk to me in a friendly manner, I would then be able to get out of the box and eat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith again.
Sure.
No.
You cast.
No.
You cast Guardian of Faith, and the Guardian appears near the box, as before, and you hear that shrieking, and the voice goes from that high pitch, "Ah, I told you a second time," and with a split second, you are in darkness. Joe, you are now inside the box.
Oh.
And what is next to all of you is a shadow demon. And the shadow demon
Oh man.
has 2 unfurled demon wings that are constantly pouring black smoke. It's floating there. It has a head of a child, a young girl, and the body that is torn and hundreds of years of ripped flesh. It's very disgusting. It's about 8.5 feet tall, and she looks at all 3 of you and just says, "Where's the head? I'm very hungry." What do you guys do?
Point at the head.
Sure. For you guys, the 3 of you that saw Joe just poofed out of existence. Just so you're aware, she literally just went. And then right where Joe was, Shadow Demon. And
But did it do 60 damage?
so when you swap spaces, it is still there. And so it's still taking the damage from it as it's just kind of slinks around this guardian. And the guardian's kind of looking at it and turning as it's like slinking around it. It is taking its damage. And then
Also, wisdom saving throw since it's out there for
Sure.
for the spirit guardians.
the spirit guardians is with you. They do not exist in this place. They are inside the box with you, really tight. They're just all next to you, like, what are we doing?
Then, right? Because they give out light.
So inside the box, yeah, you are in an 8x8 box, the same physical box that's in the room, and you are in there with your spirit guardians. It is a magical containment box, but if a telepathy is broken, meaning one or more chains, and if he's angered, he can teleport out with the person. He can swap. So that's what's happened. In order to give you this tidbit, the chains were broken by speaking kind words to the creature that was inside of it. So probably you'd need to do that in order to break the chains. But the creature moves around, and do you guys just kind of like back off as it goes over to the head?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and it's
Great.
moving over to the head, and you say absolutely not. So go ahead and roll new initiatives.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't get to say anything?
No, because he already said absolutely not. So
Oh,
that's
come
going to
on,
be the
Czar.
signifier.
Killing us, bro.
Go ahead and roll, everyone, please.
You're actually literally killing us.
16.
So it's 11 for it. So I'm going to say it's right here. It does take its extra damage since you had a second cast, so that's... I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think she saved you completely. Oh, baby. All right. Everybody put their numbers in?
Yep.
Okay. Good Lord. You did. Total MVP. MVP. Oh my goodness, just let me see it for crying out loud. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. I hate you so much. Internet. Garbage. Why is all the images and like 240 by 240? That makes no sense. Perfect. Okay. The good thing is all of this radiant damage that Joe has done it's an insane amount. It's an obtuse amount of damage, and without that damage, there's no way in hell you would have even thought about being able to kill this. So, with that being said, Alex, you're up first. Go ahead. We're gonna go by the number since Czar said no, and it's moving over towards the head, which the head is right here. Let's make this quick as we don't have a lot of time. Here's the head. It's moving like right here. Alex, go.
Sorry, my shit cut out. I don't really know what's going on. I just got back.
Attack.
Jesus,
You
attack.
get to do something.
Cool.
Did you get it where it was out? Like it swapped spaces. Joe's in the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got that far. We're just hitting this thing.
Yeah,
Is where we're at.
I mean, it's heading over to eat. It doesn't know that you're trying to kill it. So
What's in the box?
it rolled a 2 on initiative, so you guys get everything. Go, Alex, and then Joe. Be ready.
All right. Eldritch Blast.
Okay, Eldritch Blast it is.
Hold, please.
Oh man, I want to use that. Huh.
Those hit.
One of them does.
Okay.
Damage. Joe, you were inside the box. What do you got?
Okay, so I would like to invoke Divine Intervention and ask Paylor to get me out of this box and to banish the demon from whence it came.
Oh.
Okay, explain to me real quick. A divine intervention. It's just asking the DM.
Yeah, ask as an action, request your deity's aid and roll a percentile dice. If number rolled is equal to or less than your cleric level, your deity intervenes. If successful, you can't use this feature again for 7 days. Otherwise, you can use it again after a long rest.
Did you already roll your percentile dice?
Percentile or D20?
Percentile.
I thought you rolled a D20.
Just roll a d20. That's fine. So
Right. I rolled a
Yep.
I rolled a 16 on the percentile dice.
Okay.
Do you see you rolled
Sure,
a D20?
we'll intervene. That's fine. Paylor says, "Bitch, how'd you get yourself in a box, you stupid little girl? What you think, you motherfucker? You better get all outside of that. But you know what? I'm gonna help you out this one time. Don't talk to me for 7 more days, you motherfucker." And it's all of a sudden, you feel this little bit around you. Oh, I'm gonna give you hit you with my pimp hand. And then all of a sudden, you're flung outside of the box. And boop.
Why is Paylor Eddie Murphy from Shrek?
Well, I mean, you never know.
Little parfait.
I'm gonna hit you with a flapjack. We're upset about slather on some.
I make waffles.
Make some waffles. So you were outside the box, and that's your entirety of your move. Good job. Good use of the skill. Cletus, you're up. Also, Alex, did you do damage?
14 damage. I'm also gonna move away from this thing.
Cletus, your turn.
Cletus would like to go ahead and shoot it twice with my heavy crossbow.
All right, move your character and shoot it twice and roll those damages. If you hit, the AC is 18. Czar, you're up next. Go ahead and start doing what you're doing.
So 70 and 52.
Okay, how are you rolling 10d10?
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
So 10d10's my hit dice according to this piece of paper.
No.
No.
No?
No.
That's not what that means.
No, so
That's
hit
wrong.
dice are for healing on rest,
So on
not for
You're
attacks.
still rolling.
My
You're rolling
bad.
2 attacks. So you're rolling 2d20s.
Yeah. 2d20.
2d20s, and then you're rolling your weapon damage.
Right.
So there you go. Yeah, when you said 10d10, I thought you were joking. We're all learning here.
It's a big fucking crossbow, man.
I don't know how to use a ranger.
That's
okay?
fine. That's fine. Neither does Joe. Oh, Joe. All right, Czar, what do you got going on? That one misses. Cletus. That one makes it.
11 makes it.
No, 19 makes it.
Oh, 19 makes it. Sorry.
So roll damage, and I'll ask you for the damage here in a minute. Czar, what you got?
He takes 11 damage from my unarmed strikes.
So you did all 4 of yours?
Yep.
And did you impose any effects that I need to know about?
Oh, it was great.
Let's try to push him 15 feet.
All right, what does it need to do?
Strength saving throw.
Strength.
DC is 14.
Oh, yeah, it makes it 18 on the dice. So move your characters where you need to go. Cletus, what's your damage?
I rolled a whole 10 in damage, or a whole 2 in damage. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. I don't know how that's possible. That's not possible. It's
I rolled a 2?
1d10 plus your dex plus your.
Oh, is
Your
it
dex
plus my
modifier,
dex?
so what's
See,
your-
I'm messing this
You're
all
good.
up,
You're
man.
good. What's your dex modifier?
My dex is +1,
All right.
and then my hit. That's why I didn't. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to use a ranger. Once again,
Well,
It's okay.
there we go. That's a lot better.
That's
17.
yeah, okay. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
You did 2 damage as level 10. You should just probably kill yourself as a.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna try to take the crossbow, put it in the
survive?
bottom of my chest,
Well,
shoot
this
myself
was
with
fun.
it. Yeah,
It's got real dark really quick.
that's right.
Escalated quickly.
He's over there Hemingwaying it with a crossbow.
Oh man, double-barreled blunderbuss.
That's right.
Okay, so that was Czar, and it goes to its turn, and you guys just hammer it with stuff, and it just kind of these punches, and it's still just staring at that skull. And who's right in front of it? Who is this?
Nobody.
That's Tar there, Tar.
Yeah, it's going to move through you. And as it's going across you, you just kind of get this cold sensation as it's just hovering and passes through you as it's moving over there. And...
DM, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Ma'am?
Spirit guardians are a 15-foot radius, which means like the little tiny corner of like this little tiny thing would technically be in it.
So spirit guardians would have all of that would be gone. So by the DM intervening and pimp slapping you out of the box, all those concentrations are completely gone. You're gonna have to redo those.
Cool.
Just so we're clear. I didn't say that, but in my head I said it. So whatever.
It makes sense.
All right. So as it's passing through you, you get this cold, shadowy feel throughout your skin, Zar, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is 19, and it's going to make its way over to the skull, and it's going to end its turn inside of you. And so the DC is 19, while it's inside of you, it is going to consume darkness. 17. Wait, that's Cletus. Hold on. Zar, 13. Okay, so you take half damage for the passing through, which is 2d10.
What?
You take 16 damage of cold necrotic as it passes through you, and as it ends its turn inside of you, it draws all energy as to keep its form in this plane. And as it's doing this, it is going to roll.
Just real quick, one of my resistances is necrotic.
Nice. So you're going to take half damage. So go ahead and take half to what I just said.
So
you
8.
took 8. And I got to look here. So.
Whew.
Okay. It's just by ending its turn. I think I'm reading this right. 3d10. So another 16. So half to 8. As it's pulling the literal life drain out of its area as it's moving. So you take another 8 damage as it just moved its turn. And it's going to take its turn and go, this is what you've been talking about. And picks up the skull itself and just kind of unhinges its little girl like chin and creates it really big and shoves the whole skull into its mouth and then engulfs it, and then you kind of see it like in its throat, and then it dissolves down. What would you say that tastes like to the party?
It tastes like Cletus.
I think it might.
I wasn't over there.
Zar, what race are you again? Azamar?
Azamar.
It's entire you from where it's at because it's hovering and it's 8 feet tall, and it goes, well, I'm just going to say that it tastes like whatever you are because I'm eating you right now. And it just kind of gets this real creepy smile across its face. And that's the end of its turn. Back up to the top, Alex.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Alex,
I'm just going
Joe,
to do...
Cletus.
No, I'm good. I'm just going to do Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, do that. Joe, next.
Banishment, please.
Okay, it's going to shoot you 2, and then it's going to do its banishment, so it's going to take the damage from it. Banishment is which check?
Charisma.
All right, so it rolled a 19 on the dice.
How charismatic is the Shadow Demon?
That's a good question. I'm trying to figure this out. Charisma. Doesn't that 19 save, though?
19 saves,
Okay.
unless it has a negative modifier.
Let me check. Spell abilities. HP short.
Oh, yes.
Nope, it's equal, so we're good. So you did how much damage?
That's to hit.
20 hits.
Second one's a crit, so
Nice.
that's 2 die, right?
Yeah,
for the
you got
second
it.
one.
So you roll 3.
Okay.
What you got?
Hang on. I messed up. That would be 27.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very good cantrip.
So it takes these hits and it looks back at you, and you feel this kind of darkness come over the room, and all of a sudden it's gone. And then you, as a group, hear inside the box again, and then you hear it all in your heads. You guys are no fun. You almost got me. Now let me be. Is there
Yeah,
anything
alright.
else you guys want to do?
I want to go over to the box and play my flute again.
Bitch,
Okay.
stop with the flute.
Flute, Greg.
Yeah, so Joe's banishment failed, and right as the banishment failed, it realized what you guys were trying to do, and then it teleports itself back inside the box. You play the flute, and we're going to skip ahead. You play the flute, things happen, you guys talk to it. Unless two more people who haven't talked to it is going to talk to it, that's basically what I need to know. Is anybody else going to talk to it other than playing? You guys going to chill? It does reach out to you. It goes, so tell me your names. And talks to you a bit. Does anybody respond to this question?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, so it already has a rapport with you, so your chain,
Yeah, you've talked enough.
your chain cannot be rebroken. So it stays in the box and it interacts with you. The trip takes a couple more days. You guys end up, the horses finally come to an end. You hear somebody on outside, General Griff, and he goes, is everything okay inside? Is everybody alive?
Well, we're alive.
We're good.
We had a few little mishaps, but I think we got everything all right. I think we got here safe.
Well,
We're okay. Would you like to hear my flute?
absolutely.
What is
Play me a tune while I unlock this door that's covered in blood and guts. What happened? And you guys tell him what's going on, and you play him a tune. He kind of does a little like shimmy, like, ooh, this is nice. And basically, you guys get out, and General Griff, he goes over the list and realizes that you guys were attacked, and goes over some of the supplies were broken, and he sits you guys down at the inn, and he is not the person who requested, and so he's putting you under his protection until the Lord receives the box. They take the box out. Some people fall over dead. Some people teleport instantly while they're moving the box. They know that this is a problem, and so they lose a lot of people in the interim. The Lord, his name, if I remember if I wrote it down. Sure. This is my thinking face. Ready?
Yeah.
Lord Horseshoe. Lord Horseshoe comes.
Sorry.
Lord Horseshoe comes
It's a great name.
and he goes,
It's a great name.
well, thank you very much for bringing me my box, but I have to say it probably came at a very big cost. Did anyone die from your party?
Not locally, but a few folks might have passed away on the way. But we're all right.
Some of my goods and wares were destroyed, which is fine, but my child was the greatest and best thing that you could have sent here. Thank you for keeping her safe.
That's your child in there?
Unfortunately, she was born of a demigod, and I was given protection.
Sir, if I was you, I would find better protection. Your child's a demon.
Oh, hush now, Cletus. What's her name?
Oh, that is correct. She is a demon. That's why we're going to put her in a darkless cell where she cannot talk to anyone.
I'm going to look at Lord Horseshoe and I'm going to say, I can take care of this for you and put her back in somewhere where she cannot hurt anybody anymore. Not kill her, but put her somewhere where she cannot hurt anybody.
In this non-threatening tone that you have spoken to Lord Horseshoe, his eyes, for a flare of a second, millisecond, they close horizontally, show red, and close back. And he goes in a completely different voice. I'm not going to do the voice. If you speak harm against my child again, you will find yourself in the box.
Joe, I think we might have quit where we're headed.
Yeah, we'll just go.
And
She's already been in once. It's okay.
Sir.
With a very curious look at your guys' group, he puts down the 4 sacks of gold, and these are large sacks of gold. And he goes, this was my part of the plan. Hopefully this is enough for your cares and worries. Please never come back here, and you're never to speak of this to anyone.
Fair enough.
I'm going to cast Sending to my dad as soon as we're away, and I'm going to be like, hey, Dad, we got some problems here in Neverwinter.
Yeah, and so as you guys leave, if anybody wants to give me a perception check, this would be the final check.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for an
Natural
18.
one.
Okay, now you're scared, you're worried, and you're thinking about it. Looking for an 18.
That's a 20.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cletus?
hold on just a minute.
Zara?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Perception.
Oh, that was a horrible roll.
Oh, that's 5. You were just looking at your gold bag like 1, 2, 3. There's 6,000 gold in each of these bags, just so you know.
Oh,
It is a fortune.
Cletus going to buy him some toys.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cletus can't get higher than 5 without starting over.
Oh,
1,
that's not right.
2, 3.
You judge me by how I talk, but I'm very intelligent, gentlemen.
2.
How intelligent do you have to be
4.
to realize that 45 minutes into this game you are playing as a level 1 ranger? So
Hey, listen here.
Zara, what's your
myself
perception?
before.
I'm just gonna play my flute to drown him out.
All right, John, what did I say?
Zara, what's your perception? You never gave me your perception, Zara. Oh, yours is a 2. Never mind. So the rest of the group is really excited about their gold and everything else, but as you have this weird, eerie, cold feeling that you felt inside of the car, and as you turn around, the Lord Horseshoe, who was going through a door, you can see a black ethereal cape begin to appear, and a doubled bat wings come around his body, and from his feet up to his head begin to change into ethereal smoke and disappear as he's walking away. But with the above 18, what you see is a illusion of him walking down the street. But his body, you saw his body disappear, and an illusion begins to move around and talk and wave to people as it moves along. And
Fantastic.
That's where we're going to end the episode.
Hey.
Go back to your plane of existence. We don't want you here.
So now, if you guys ever want to go for the second part, and if you guys want to go for the true Lord of Neverwinter, who is not what he seems, and with children that he is bearing in the dungeons that he is keeping, he's planning a wonderful takeover. So if you ever want to do a second, if with these characters or a different, we can follow through with the same storyline. So
Sweet.
Yes.
thank you
I like
guys
it.
so much.